yeah, so what were the accommodation plans? Who had access to his room to go back to his stuff, to all of his things? So from what I understand, Brad and Lucy are all with him. So what are the arrangements? What happened on the 16th? What time did they get to the rave? And who left that rave at what time? Yeah, thank you, Morgan. Thank you, Stacey. So who left that rave? What are the details in that? Who left when? Who left with who? What time did Jay leave the Energy Festival? Which it actually closed at 6 a.m. that morning. So we imagine if he stayed till the end that he left at 6 a.m. But we still don't know for sure. How long was Jay waiting outside? Because Mark said he was sat on that wall for some time. So what time did he get into Ayub's car? Who else got into that car with him? Now, we still do not know the answer to that. I'm getting quite close to the answer to who was in that car. And I can tell you it wasn't only Jay out of his friends. Why did Jay go all the way to Masca? Why didn't Jay go back to the hotel? Why, despite having links to the Strip and Los Cristianos, did Ayub and friend pick an Airbnb that was so remote? What CCTV has been gathered from the key players' hotels outside of the Energy Festival and the route to the B&B? Because technically they should have Lucy going back at one stage, Brad going back at one stage, Brandon going back at one stage, and they should all be going back to their rooms, like they said, without Jay, if that actually happened. Have police looked into where everybody's phones were at the key times in this case? Have police forensically examined that car, the hire car that Jay was supposed to be in? And where is the car now? It's weird knowing people come in and go, God, are you still going? You're still coming into my life? Weirdo. So have forensic teams looked at the B&B in depth? So have forensic teams looked in depth into that B&B? Did something happen on the way there in the ar? Did Jane ever make it back to the B&B? Oh, it's okay, Nick. That's fine. What phone contact did Jay have with who from the time that he left Energy to his last ping? So that time is really vital. Did anyone on those calls actually see his face, hear his voice, or was it just like Snapchat messages? Why have his friends made so many conflicting statements? Why has Brandon disappeared entirely from the investigation? Why has no CCTV been released like it would be in these cases? You would normally have at least him leaving Energy so you could see exactly what he was wearing, the outfit, and you would see him in his last moments that we have. Where is the blanket that apparently was at the B&B? And did they stop for a drink like Ayub says, or are they covering up for a different reason to have stopped the car in that location? Was Jay killed and disposed of at this location? And this location is where they posed on those stones. And that location where the car stopped had links to both a quarry that was quite close to it, really close, and also bodies of water, i.e. the sea. Was there a shop even open there at that time? And does it have CCTV of them buying any drinks? What time did the car arrive back to the Airbnb? Was it a silver car, like Kieran McNulty first said? Or was it a white car? Or was there two cars? What happened in the B&B? Why did Jay reportedly leave scared? Who had the black trainers on in the Snapchat? Who had Jay's phone? Because just because Jay's phone was in some of these places doesn't mean Jay was. Who was in the second car that arrived in between 7 and 7:30 at the Airbnb? Did Jay leave in that car? Was he either taken against his will or went willingly? Now, we do know, thank you, Lisa, that we have loads of lies around this statement. So that car is so vital, okay? The second car that we have pictures of arriving to that Airbnb on CCTV. Now, the reason that's vital, thank you, Lisa, is because Ayub first said that to Mark that this car drove up, knocked on his door, the people, the man and woman, and asked him to move his car. He also said that at that point, Jay got out and spoke to the woman and said, can I please find out what time the bus is coming? But Ophelia, when she got out her statement, the woman who saw Jay said that I was walking on my way home when I come across him and he asked what time the bus was. So she didn't mention a man being with her. She didn't mention being in a car. She didn't mention asking him to move his car. So they can't all be true. But what Ayub is doing is he's heard that there is CCTV all over Facebook of 2 cars arriving, one half an hour after they get back to the Airbnb. And now he's like, oh, no, someone knocked on my door to ask me to move my car. Who are these people then? Thank you, Relax. Who are these people? Have police spoke to them? Because as far as I'm concerned, we don't even know they're real. And if they are real, and they are the people that gave Jay the information about the bus, why the fuck is Ophelia saying it was her?